About data abstraction in C++. Data abstraction is a process of providing the essential details to the outside world and hiding the internal details. In brief, data abstraction is one of the most essential and important features of object oriented programming in C++. Abstraction means displaying only the essential information and hiding the details. Data abstraction refers to providing only the essential information about the data to the outside world and hiding the background details or the implementation. We'll consider a real life example of a man driving a car. The man only knows that pressing the accelerator will increase the speed of the car or applying brakes will stop the car, but he does not know how on pressing the accelerator the speed is actually increasing. He does not know about the internal mechanism of the car or the implementation of the accelerator, brakes, etc. in the car. This is what abstraction is. It is a programming technique that depends on the separation of the interface and implementation details of the program. We'll see another real life example of AC which can be turned or on or off, change the temperature, change the mode, other external components such as fan, swing. But we don't know the internal details of the AC, how it works internally. Thus, we can say that AC separates the implementation details from the external interface. This is known as abstraction. C++ provides a great level of abstraction. For example, the power of function is used to calculate the power of a number without knowing the algorithm the function follows. In C++, we implement the classes with private and public members. Then it is an example of data abstraction. Data abstraction can be achieved in two ways. The first way is abstraction using the classes, and the second way is abstraction in the header files. See the picture. Data abstraction is divided into two types: abstraction using classes, abstraction in header files. Abstraction using classes. An abstraction can be achieved by using classes. A class is used to group all the data members and the member functions into a single unit by using the access specifiers, means public, protected, private. A class has the responsibility to determine which data member is to be visible outside and which is not. Which is not will be kept in the private, which should be visible outside is kept under the public access specifier. Abstraction in the header files. And another type of abstraction is the header file. For example, the power of function available is used to calculate the power of a number without actually knowing which algorithm function uses to calculate the power. As discussed earlier, thus we can say that header files hides all the implementation details from the user. Access specifiers implement the abstraction. Public access specifier, private access specifier. In the public access specifier, when the members are declared as public, members can be accessed anywhere from the program. When the members are declared as private, members can only be accessed only by the member functions of the class. We'll see an example of abstraction in the header files. In the main function, you are declaring int n equal to 4 and int power equal to 3. Int result equal to power of n comma power. POW of n comma power, that is the inbuilt power function in the header file math.h. And you are finding the cube of n. The output will be 64. In the above example, the power of function is used to calculate 4 raised to the power 3. The power of function is present in the math.h header file in which all the implementation details of the power of function is hidden. We'll see another example of data abstraction using classes. Create a class named sum in that under the private access specifier you are writing int x, y and z. Under the public access specifier you are writing the method void add-off in that you are printing enter two numbers and you are taking the input. The two numbers you are taking as input and you are writing the logic of adding x and y and storing it in the z and you are printing the sum of two numbers means printing z. In the main function you are creating an object of the class sum and you are invoking the add of function using the object of the sum class. In the output it is asking to enter the two numbers. You are entering 3 and 6. Then sum of two numbers is it is giving 9. In the above example, abstraction is achieved using the classes. A class sum contains the private members x, y and z are only accessible by the member functions of the class. We'll see some of the real world examples on data abstraction in C++. The first one is file handling. C++ provides classes like ifstream and ofstream to abstract file input and output operations. Users can open, read, and write files without needing to understand the underlying file system details. Database access. C++ libraries like ODBC or database specific libraries such as MySQL connector or C++ provide abstractions for connecting to and manipulating the databases. Users can work with databases using the high level abstractions without dealing with the low level network protocols and queries. Third one is GUI development. Many C++ GUI libraries such as Qt provide abstractions for creating graphical user interfaces. Developers can create windows, buttons and other user interface elements without delving into the low-level details of window management. Custom data structures. When designing custom data structures like linked list, stack, or queues, you can abstract the underlying implementation details. Users can interact with these data structures using a well defined interface without knowing how elements are stored internally. Thank you.